Hey everyone, thanks for watching my video. Today I'm going to be talking about wild onions. But first off, wild onions. You see them all the time, I'm sure. They look exactly like onions, and they grow all over the place. But first of all, the characteristics of an onion are they're herbs that can grow up to 2 feet tall. And some are very small, like the ones you can see growing here. They're as big as my hand. And you can eat them right now, actually. Just pull them out, clean them, and eat them raw, or use different things to eat them. Now, the habitat of these onions, you find them all over the place. You can find them even in your garden. They can just start growing as weeds. You can find them in the dry, rocky areas of woodlands, dry areas, floodplains, moist areas too. You can really find them all over. Here, they're in a somewhat dry but also kind of damp area. They're right here, and you can see them poking up all over. They usually come up in the early spring. They're one of the earlier plants, and then later in the year they'll grow. They'll get much taller, and then they'll have a flower on the top. Now, in Pennsylvania, there are actually a few species of wild onion, but there's also a kind that may look like them, which is also poisonous. So the way you can always tell wild onions from anything else is they have the onion smell. And this is what they pretty much look like. They have a bulb at the end, long leaves, and the leaves can actually be wider. Different species have wider leaves, but these have usually the ones that grow around here that I see are they have leaves that are thinner and they're circular. But yeah, so always check for the smell of the onion to make sure it's actually a wild onion, and then just clean it up. And you can use the leaves, which actually the smaller leaves should be collected in the spring, like these little ones. Also, you can see the smaller leaves on here. The big ones are you can probably also eat, but they're just not as good. They're not as tasty, and the smaller ones are healthier for you. Now, the most edible part of this plant is actually the bulb. And the bulbets, which are usually smaller ones. As you here see, there's a smaller one connected onto the main bulb. Over here we have some more. And then here is a more matured onion. Leaves are much longer. Now, the bulbs can be collected all year. It's recommended the summer, fall, because that's when they taste the strongest, and that's the best time to eat them if you want the most taste out of them. Now, as you can see, the onions that grow around here in Pennsylvania, and also throughout the area, will grow in clumps, like these you see all around. Now, what you want to do is loosen up the dirt around and pull them out, and wash them off, and you have a bunch of bulbs. And now you have a really good plant that you can eat that'll taste really good, because they just taste just like normal onions. They're just a little smaller, so you can use them for seasoning a lot easier, or just eat them. If anyone has any questions about the wild onion, please let me know. I also have recipes for wild onion soup and creamed wild onions, and I also have some information on onions themselves and the part of the garlic family, along with chives, leeks, garden onions, all kinds of things. So if anyone has any questions, please leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.